Welcome everyone to this edition of the YOGAmazing video podcast. I am Chaz and I am your host, and welcome back. Glad you're here, and let's get right into emails. And this one comes in from Rebecca and from Miriam, and they're both asking for the same thing. Could you help us with our mojo or their libido? So that's what today's class is going to be about. You could either yoga for your mojo or yoga for your libido. It's your choice. It's really easy. So we're going to do a series of asanas that are going to help you get your blood flow into the areas that get your libido kicking in. Now, I did this a while back and I'm updating it, so I'm glad you all suggested this because I've been wanting to update it. So it's really easy. If you have an idea for an upcoming class, please send it to me, chaz@yogamazing.com or twitter.com/yogamazing, or you can also go to Facebook and do a search for YOGAmazing as well. Lots of great feedback on the YOGAmazing in a minute. Please keep more ideas coming in, as people really like the idea of taking yoga out of the studio and like I did recently, doing the tree pose in the bathroom while brushing my teeth. So if you've got some ideas on where I can take YOGAmazing in a minute, I would love to get your feedback. Lots of great things happening here, all because of this interaction we have. We're changing the way people perceive yoga, and it's all because of us. So remember, as you go through today's class, to breathe, relax, and have fun in this this YOGAmazing video podcast, Get Your Mojo Flowing edition. Let's get started. From here, bring yourself to a seated position with your bottom on your heels. Open up your knees, and we're going to drop it through into child's pose. So bring it to here. Stretch it out, forehead to the floor. And use this opportunity just to become focused and present, allowing your body to open through the breath. Remember, as we go through this class today, the breath is the life force, the prana. It will keep us in rhythm with our movements. It is the key, the main element that enables the body to open, because with the breath, the body movement, the body expands and opens through the yoga asanas. So take these next few moments and just allow your body to open, becoming centered and focused with the breath. And then slowly bring yourself up. Now we're going to stay on our forearms here, and we're going to take our legs, our knees, to the width of the mat. And then we're going to turn the toes out, and you're going to tilt the tailbone up. So stay here deep in the breath. Squeeze into the root, the mula bandha. Think if you got to go to the bathroom, squeeze those muscles. And then slowly release and push it back into a child's pose. And then from here, just bring yourself to lying on your stomach. Kind of like, when you were a kid, or maybe you still do it as an adult. I know I do. You're just sort of sitting on the floor like you're watching TV. Or if you're not looking at TV, I know some people may not watch, just sit on the floor like this. And I want you to draw the shoulder blades down, and I want you to root your hips down into the floor. And then making sure that your stomach, you're getting pressure into the stomach area as well, so don't come up as high. Pushing into the stomach and down into the hips, into the floor. Shoulder blades down, next long breath is deep. Slowly release and push yourself back into a child's pose. And then bring yourself up. Dig your toes in the mat. Of course, we're doing our friendly neighborhood down dog. Take it up and back. Let's flatten your palms. Let's spread your fingers. Roll the shoulder blades away from you. Bend your knees slightly, tailbone up. Keep the breath deep. Just allow your body to open through the breath. Remember, that's the goal. Just find out where you are at this moment. Now from here, we're going to bring the right leg into the air, roll that hip way open like a dog at a fire hydrant, and then bring your right knee through for a pigeon. Lift into the heart, get the extension, okay? And then you're going to lay it out. Now I don't want you to lay it out like this, okay? Don't drop to either side. If you need to, get a block or a pillow or something and prop yourself up right here if you need to. Remember, we want to, and a lot of times I see people pushing into their arms. We don't want that. What you need to do is breathe and relax and lay it out, okay? Now I'm staying up. I'm staying here because I want you to hear me speak, but I want you to stretch it all the way up. So I want you to just breathe, square your hips up, and feel where you are with your arms and with your body to where you know that you're evenly distributing your weight, okay? Now from here, slowly bring it up. Hold your posture, okay? Keep your hands here to get your balance. Now, from here, I want you to take your hand to the center, the right for me, and then you're going to bend your left leg. And a lot of times when people do this, they start falling over. Again, I don't want you to do that. I want you to put something under your bottom. If you need to, grab a belt or a towel. If you can't do this, or if you can, I want you to grab your foot, and then I want you just to look over the shoulder. And then slowly release, down dog. Again, sink it in here deep in the breath. Bend your knees. And from here, left leg into the air, roll the hip, push it back. And left knee comes through. And the same thing comes into play. Lift into the heart. And then lay it out. Remember to not drop, square the body up, equally distributing the weight, and melt into the floor. Breathe and hang out here. Just allow yourself to open up through the breath. Inhale, expand, exhale, just melt. And then slowly you're going to come up, get your balance with both hands, shift left hand to the middle, that's where mine is, and I want you to again get a towel or a belt, and I want you to pull that leg in, deep in the breath, looking over the shoulder. And then slowly release, go back to a down dog. And then from here, we're going to drop to our knees. And then you're going to dig your toes into the mat right where you are. And you're just going to push it back. And you're going to squat. So open up your feet to the width of the mat. I'm going to turn in a little angle so you can see me. A lot of times, people turn their feet way up. What I want you to do is to open your feet to the width of your mat. Stick out your bottom. And then squat deep, okay? That's the trick. You got to stick your bottom way back there. We all have bottoms, so let's stick them back. And a lot of times people slump here, lifting up and out. Think of a turtle sticking its head out of the shell. And from here, take your hands, fingertips to the floor, and bring it up, all the way to standing, arms out. Hands come to the chest. Stay here and breathe for a moment in mountain Tadasana. From here, let's open our legs about a good 4.5 feet at least. So we want to make sure that our legs are open, feet are forward for standing wide leg spread. So from here, hands to the hips. Big inhale, lift into the heart. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips right there where your hands are and go down. Squeeze into the root, the Mula Bandha. Front of the legs drawing up, spiraling inward, spreading the sits bones. Draw the navel in and hinge from the hips and go down deep in the breath. Squeeze the root. Get the control of the Mula Bandha. Bring it up. Very nice. Right foot forward for a triangle, not a triangle, a warrior two. So arms up. Big inhale. And as you exhale, bend the right knee over the right ankle, gaze forward over the right fingertips, deep in the breath. Remember, tuck it in 2 sheets of glass, as I say, none of this. Knee over ankle. From here up, lengthen, here down, root. Extend, long neck, soft gaze, deep breath. Straighten the right leg. Right triangle. Now, Utthita Trikonasana. So let's, big inhale, let's get the extension. Let's reach. Reach, reach, reach. Hips go back. Take it into triangle. Remember, don't let your bottom or your chest stick out. If you're doing that, then you got to bring your hand up a little bit higher on the leg and come to here. If you have the ability, take it low on the leg or to the floor, depending on where you are. It's fine with me, but don't allow the ego to come in and do the pose improperly. It's about finding out where you are and doing the pose the correct way. The arm in the air is light. The arm on the leg is light as well. Up. Again, rotate to the center, hands to the hips. Big inhale, lift into the heart. Exhale, hinge, and go down. Squeeze into the root. And bring it up. Left foot forward for warrior two on the other side. Arms up, big inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knee. Remember, 2 sheets of glass, tuck it in. Draw the navel in, so lengthen, root, spiral, tuck your bottom under. Reach, knee over ankle. Breath deep. Lengthen through the arms, soften the gaze, deep in the breath. Straighten the left leg, or for me that's my left leg. It could be your right, depending on how you're following me. Now, big inhale, reach, hips go back as we lengthen forward. Lengthen through the inner ribs, outer ribs. Lengthen, get the extension, take it into a triangle. And take the arm into the air. Arm in the air, lighter. Hand on the leg, light. Gazing up, long neck, deep breath. Bring it up. Rotate back to the center. Again, hands to the hips. Big inhale, lift into the heart. Exhale, hinge, and go down. Squeeze into the root. and bring it up. Wiggle your feet in and bring it to mountain pose, Tadasana. Now from here, we're going to be doing the eagle pose, Garudaasana. And there's several different options. We're going to cross the arms and wrap the leg. If you can't wrap your leg, just cross your leg over the best that you can do. And the great thing about this is it's kind of like a tourniquet effect when we do this pose right here, because you're closing off the blood in areas of the body, and then you release it so it's flushing into the body and it's getting all the extremities fresh blood flow, thus hopefully helping your libido. And this has actually worked with some people who, a while back when I did this originally, she was wanting to become pregnant, and this was a pose I did for yoga for fertility, and this was very beneficial for the mojo. So let's do this one right now. So again, we're going to bend our knees, and we're going to bring the arms up. We're going to cross the right over the left, and you're going to get set. Now from here, you got to stay seated deep into the pose. I'll turn a little bit sideways so you can see. And then you're going to cross the leg over. Now, if this is the best you can do, then you're just going to work on getting it to here. Okay? Sitting up nice and straight, sitting deep into the pose. If you can wrap your leg, by all means, wrap the leg. And then slowly release. Again, arms come up, hands to the chest. Now, on this side, I will wrap. I just want to give you the option. All right? Not wrap song, but wrap my leg, okay? So I'm going to bend my knees and left over right. Turn a little bit sideways. Get set. And then once you're set, work on straightening the spine and sitting deep. And then release. Arms up. Hands to the chest. And then open up your feet and squat. Squat deep. Bring it to here. And from here, let's bring it down to the floor into butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Great pose. Again, if you notice, a lot of the poses that we're doing are hip openers. Why? Because we want that blood flow to come into this area of the body and open us up. Open the mojo, as I've been saying throughout the class. So, take your hands around the feet, thumbs to the middle of the feet. Squeeze your bottom into the mat like you're trying to squeeze your mat with your bottom. And peel your feet apart like you're opening a book. Lengthen the knees, drop the knees, shoulder blades down, and come slightly forward, deepening the breath. And then slowly release. Now from here, we're going to do upward leg spread. So you're going to grab your big toes. Turn this way a little bit so you get an angle of my back, because that's very important. So from here, I'm going to bring my legs up into the air. I'm going to straighten my spine like this. So a lot of times people round and they slouch. That's not what I want you to do. If you need to, you can bend your legs slightly and work on getting the back straight. If you can go full, go full. Looking up and forward, deepen the breath. Squeeze in the Labana, squeeze into the root. And then you're going to slowly just drop, come down to the floor. Now rotate back this way. Now, same thing comes into the play here on this one. A lot of times when people do this and they start trying to go forward, they start rounding. So if you need to, put your hands behind you, because what you've got to try to do is get right up on top of the pubic bone so you can hinge, okay? If not, you're going to be doing this and you're going to be hurting your back, and we don't want that. So either go to here or you can bring it to here. Now, legs firmly rooted into the floor. Pull the toes back, kneecaps facing straight up. Deepen the breath. Squeeze into the root. Now you're going to come over, you're going to rotate towards, for me, my left leg. I'm going to grab the inside with my hand. Then I'm going to bring my arm up and over and reach. And then I'm going to bring it up, rotate, inhaling and exhaling over. Come back to the center, and you're going to bring your legs, grab your legs, pull it in. From here, right foot and left inner thigh for Janu Shirshasana, single leg stretch. You'll get your bottom out of the way. You're going to rotate towards the left leg. You're going to bring the arms up, get a big inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to grab your foot. Look up, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, deepen. Now you may be warming up to where you can lay it out. If not, stay where I am, go deeper. You may be here. Again, I give people options to where they can even bend their knee, keeping the chest and thigh intact. And as you squeak, push out that heel, everything stays intact properly, okay? And that's the way we want to go down. It should be stomach, chest, then head. It shouldn't be this gaping hole right here. You should flatten it out in the appropriate way. So only go down as deep. Square your shoulders up. Don't let one shoulder lead. Deepen the breath. And then slowly release. Rotate to the other side. And you're going to take the right foot out. Get your bottom out of the way, rotate. Now, for me, I'm going to go a little bit not as hard on this side because the torque that's on my left knee, I think I've said in the past, I've had a slight knee injury, so I have to watch the torque on that knee so I don't hurt it. So again, here I am. And I have to watch out where I am in my practice. So you may be in a similar circumstance on any of these poses. And I'm not going to injure myself just to go deep in the pose to try to show you, wow, look at that. It's about me listening to my body and saying, here's what I'm doing, and you should do the same. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. So I'm only going to go as deep as I need to go. Arms up, big inhale. And as I exhale, I grab the foot. Like right there, I can really feel that pressure. So I'm only going to go down this far right now. I'm going to breathe, and I'm just going to pull that leg back. Now, if you can go deeper, go deeper. And then slowly release. Now, take both legs out. We're going to be doing Paschimottanasana, which is a seated forward fold. The same thing comes into play here. When you lift up your arms and you take it out, you don't have to go down just yet. You know, you don't want to do this. I see so many people do this, and that hurts my back. So I give you that option again. If you need to, bend your knees. If you can flatten it out, flatten it out. If you want to grab a belt and pull it in, whichever way you want to do is cool with me. So let's bring it up. Big inhale. Exhale. I'm going to grab my feet. I'm going to push through the big toes, lengthen, and then deepen. Again, just go down as deep as you need to. Again, like I've always said, I've never hidden the fact that my hamstrings are tight, and you see that in every episode. So just go where you can go. Now, when my body's completely warmed up and I do my full-blown power or my vinyasa, yeah, I can go down. But, you know, I just, when it's there, when it's ready to go down, I take it with each breath, and my body opens up, and I take it breath by breath. And then slowly release. Hands back, fingertips forward for sliding board. And you're going to take it up, drop the toes, drop the head back. And release. release. Lay on the floor for a bridge pose. Walk your feet back. And let's lift the hips. Interlock the fingers. Tuck the shoulder blades. Feet forward. Do not allow the legs to splay or spread. Squeeze and lengthen toward your bottom towards the knees. Gazing straight up. And slowly releasing, bring it down vertebrae by vertebrae to reclined butterfly. Legs together, squeeze your legs in, big hug, rock and roll side to side, forehead to the knee. And then lay it back, grab your feet for the bug pose, flatten the tailbone, the spine, the neck. And release, squeeze your legs in, big hug. And arms to a T, legs to the right, look to the left. And roll to your left, look to the right. And bring it back to the center, squeeze it in, big hug. And stretch it out on the floor for Shavasana, the resting pose. Arms to your side, palms open, and just surrender. Take these next few minutes and just allow your body to completely dissolve. It's like just floating on a raft in the ocean. Just allow the current to carry you. Allow the changes in your body to carry you throughout the rest of the day. And find a way to pass along the breath, the power of yoga to someone else throughout the day. So take these next few minutes and just find out what it is that you have discovered and how you will pass that on throughout the day. Take the peace and the strength and share it. Namaste.